Good evening, everyone from the USA, Canada, all over the world, Long Island, the five spots of Brooklyn, Bronx, Manhattan, Staten Island, and Queens. I'm your man G Money Stacks, aka Lonely Nomad, aka the Gregonator, YouTuber, host with the most, and rookie podcaster of Queens, New York. You are now rocking with Off the Meat Rat Chainz New York podcast, episode 93. And we have a great show for you today. I'm sorry for being late. I just had to set up everything, make sure I got a little last minute change on one of the topics. Um I hope you guys recently enjoyed your Thanksgiving and a little shopping on Black Friday, of course, which is probably crazy though. But anyway, if you're new to the channel and you missed any previous episodes whatsoever, don't worry, I got you back. All you need to do is go subscribe to the YouTube channel, which is G Money Stacks 555, where you can see all the previous episodes that was recorded on the video section. When you see the word videos, you click on there, and then you're gonna see a whole list of previous episodes that was already recorded. And make sure you enable alerts alongside with the notification bell. Leave a like, please leave a like and a comment along with the episodes and topics. Um, Download your favorite episodes, tell a friend to another friend, and make sure you share the videos, the podcast along with the audio streaming platforms, which I will go over at the end of the show. Now, before I even get into chatting on the jazz, I'd like to actually start off with a little thing that I actually came up with called, hang on a second. Hang on. No, a little thing called oh, here we go. No, that's not it. Sorry. Yeah, the thing I'm looking for is, hold on a sec. Yeah, there it is. Yes. No. Damn. Here we go. I'm sorry. So it's called mental health check-in, and this segment is about your well-being, what you're going through on the inside, not just on the outside or whatever. Um, and sometimes it could be pertaining to me, and of course, how am I doing mentally, physically, and spiritually? You ask. Well, mentally and physically, I'm kind of tired. Yesterday at work was kind of crazy. It was a lot of people, and I'm not even gonna get into the craziness of what went down. I say that to, I don't want to put the worker on blast and stuff. So let me just let's just say an idiot just staged a whole drama to actually make threats and to actually you know make it sound like that she's gonna not only threaten to beat her up or whatever, but to actually be on some shit, which I'm not. Like I said, I'm not gonna say the person's name on there, so this is gonna be an anonymous worker of mine, so I'm just gonna keep it at that. And I be wondering, like, I be wondering sometimes what even possess a person to actually do something like this, to actually cause a scene and stage the whole thing. That shit is not funny, man. Like, how do you do that? How do you do that to somebody, man? Especially a hardworking person. Like, and this actually goes back to a couple weeks ago, actually, from when I was going through with the whole old f- old f- old motherfucker who actually tried me by saying some slick shit about me pertaining to, oh, if uh, if if she sees a person who works at Big Lots, it pisses her off. I'm like, first of all, why are you even here? If it pisses you off, why are you even shopping here? With all due respect, like that's crazy to me. So anyway, man, so mentally I am basically not only tired, but I was kind of overwhelmed yesterday. And to be honest, I never seen anything like this in my life though, man. Where I actually have to witness where I have to witness, like, not only not really witness, but actually hear screams going on. But you know what? It's just crazy. And I just wish this never happened again. And for the physical part, I'm actually of course exhausted, but I decided to make sure I have enough energy for me to record this episode for you guys. Um and of course I want to have something to post for, next week, the middle of the week. And also, spiritually, I am actually trying to hang in there in the balance, trying to figure out how to balance things. But as one of the particular workers that I'm actually cool with actually told me to take things one day at a time. It's not gonna happen overnight. So, you know, and of course that's my mental health check-in segment right here, man. Um, so there you go. Um, I first top. Okay, let's get into Hold on, let me do a little something for mental health check-in. And now we could go to chatting on the jazz. And of course, we gotta talk about the whole Travis Scott thing and his an update and stuff. So that's what we're here for. So here we go. All right. Let's make sure I'm not on mute, you guys. So I'm pretty good to go. So here we go. Um. All right. Let's get to this. Okay, Travis Scott's offer to pay the funeral costs of Astroworld victims has been rejected by half of the um Bere- bereaved families. Um, this includes the family. Hold on a second. I don't know what that's about, but anyway, I'm not even gonna really answer that right now, man. Um, yeah. So hold on a minute here. This includes the family of 9-year-old Ezra Blount, the youngest of 10 concert goers killed during a crush at the Rappers Festival in Texas. Yeah, I didn't even know he was a rapper. I thought he was a singer. I stand corrected. Um, Scott made the offer last week amid multiple lawsuits over the tragedy. A lawyer for the family of 14-year-old John Hilgert called the gesture demeaning and inappropriate. Of all the things this case is about, that's the least of any concern, he told Rolling Stone. This family is set on making change and ensuring this never happens at a concert again. Um The crowd surge occurred during Scott's headline set on Friday, November the 5th. At at the time, there were about 50,000 people attending the festival at Houston's NRG Park complex. 10 of the victims have now died. The eldest was 27. Hold on. Blout, who lived in Dallas, died 9 days after the concert. He had previously placed in medically induced coma due to the severity of his injuries. Of course, lesson outcry. The public outcry. Okay. Scott's lawyer, Daniel um Petroselli, wrote to the 9-year-old's family the day after his funeral on the 23rd of November, offering to pay for the service. Travis is devastated by the tragedy that occurred at the Astroworld Festival and grieves for the families whose loved ones died or were injured, the letter read. Travis is committed to doing his part to help the families who have suffered and begin the long process of healing in the Houston community. Towards that end, Travis would like to pay for the funeral expenses for Mr. Blout's son. The family immediately declined the offer, said their lawyer Bob Hillard. Of course, uh, yeah, okay. I have no doubt Mr. Scott feels remorse. He wrote in a letter to the musician's representative, his journey ahead will be painful. He must face and hopefully see that he bears some of the responsibility for his tragedy. Now, wait. Now, as far as warning signs you ask, let's find out. Let's find out the warning signs right here. So, of course, let me see this. Yes. For almost 40 minutes after Houston police and firefighters responded to a mass casualty event at Travis Scott's packed Astroworld Music Festival on Friday, the superstar continued to perform. By the time he left the stage, it had become one of the deadliest concerts in U.S. history. 8 people died. Well, actually, it's 10 people, folks. So it's actually 10 people, not just 8. Um, died and doesn't were injured. Um Fans were filmed chanting stop the show and pleading for staff to help. One even climbed onto a camera platform to point out the injured. Scott eventually ended his set about 15 to 20 minutes ahead of this advertised time, but questions remain about why it didn't finish sooner. Um 9:30 9:30 right there. That's when a few started going down. Houston Police Chief Troy Finner said at a press conference on Saturday, our people stepped up and immediately went to the producers and told them, end quote, hey, we got people going down. This show ended at 10 p.m. I just wanted to acknowledge that. Scott, one of the biggest names in rap music, launched the event with concert promoters Live Nation in 2018. He said in an Instagram video that he was not aware how bad things had become during his headline set this year. Anytime I could make out anything that's going on, I just stop the show and help them get the help they need, he said. I could just never imagine the severity of the situation. In footage from the concert, he can be seen interrupting his performance to ask for help for a fan who had passed out. However, in another video, he can be heard saying during another break, in quote, who asked you to stop? Y'all know what y'all came to chase me. Let's go. Scott's past incidents, the rapper is known for his wild shows and has been in trouble for inciting dangerous behavior in the past. In 2015, he was charged with disorderly conduct after encouraging fans in Chicago to ignore security and rush the stage. 2 years later, he spotted a fan hanging from a venue, a venue's second-story balcony, and tried to persuade them to jump. At the same concert, a 27-year-old fan was paralyzed after being pushed off a third floor balcony. Oh my fucking gosh. You got to be fucking kidding me. In 2019, hundreds of fans rushed the Astroworld barriers, with 3 people going to the hospital with minor injuries. Police wrote on Twitter that the event was understaffed and that promoters did not plan sufficiently for the large crowds, although the statement was later deleted. Pre-show concerns, fears about crowd safety have been raised before this year's event. A security plan obtained by the New York Times addressed several areas of concern. In quote, based on the site's layout and numerous past experiences, the potential for multiple alcohol drug related incidents, possible evacuation needs, and the ever present threat of a mass casualty situation are identified as key concerns, the document read. Before Scott took the stage, local news teams filmed fans bursting through gates and bypassing security checkpoints. The city's chief also visited the star in his dressing room to convey concerns about the energy in the crowd. In his statement, Chief Finner said, the brief and respectful meeting allowed him to share my public safety concerns and asked the star to be mindful of his team's social media messaging on any unscheduled events. So, how could this tragedy happen? Investigators will look at a number of factors, says Simon Ancliffe, founder of Movement Strategies, which advises major UK events like um, Glastonbury, reading and leads and the 2012 Olympics on crowd safety. Have they controlled numbers? Are there barriers in place? And were they well designed? Were security staff doing what they are supposed to do? Did they have a good situational awareness? Did they have CCTV? They did seem to have some kind of procedure to stop the show, but it seemed to stop and start. So was the situation about communications? Was it about decision making? When tragedies occur, he says it's often not about one bad decision, but accumulation of smaller mistakes that ultimately led to catastrophe. In this case, it sounds like a lot of things went wrong. It all comes down to planning, says Keith Still, a professor of crowd science at the University of Sussex. In quote, you need to anticipate that this type of performer in that type of environment will induce this type of behavior in the crowd. And you put crowd management and monitoring systems in place to make sure that you've got an early warning indicator. Man. Of course, Ancliffe says the teams on the ground are not necessarily to blame. The security staff on the barriers can see what's immediately in front of them, but only a few people deep, he says, explaining that frontline staff need backup in front no, excuse me, in the form of CCTV or a more elevated view of the audience. Um, okay, I'm not gonna read too much of this, but I do want to say something though, man. How the hell? And I mean this from the token of my heart though, man. How the fuck do you not know what was going on? How do you not know that 8 to 10 people got not only injured but actually left for dead? Are you fucking kidding me? That shit is crazy, man. And now, and now you're gonna have people being in fear because they might not want to go to concerts anymore because of all this. Never in the years of you know people who go to music concerts and stuff like that ever witnessed something like this before in Houston, Texas. Like that's fucking crazy to me. And as for the family, as for the families who rejected Travis Scott to you know not take the money and stuff like that from him for funeral costs and stuff like that. I mean, I do feel I do feel their pain because that's their loved ones that they're not going to be able to see again. And I don't think money is going to actually solve all these problems because the way I see it, you can't put a band-aid on this shit though, man. You really can't. And in this case, I feel like this is just it's gonna haunt Travis for the rest of his life, man. And it's crazy that he years ago that he made this song called Devastated. And he's devastated right now, man. Ain't this about a bitch, man? That right there is just crazy. Um so anyway, I'm gonna continue where I left off as far as the family who actually didn't want anything to do with his money and stuff. So let's just do this. So of course, other families have portrayed the rapper's offer as an attempt to repair image. Let me just lower this. Hold on a minute. Let me just lower this. Um yes, to yeah, portrayed the rapper's offer as an attempt to repair his public image. Philip Car- Corboy, the lawyer for the families of 21-year-old friends, Jacob Jelinek and Franco Petito, said the rapper's approach through legal teams had left the impression, end quote, that all he was trying to do was lessen the public outcry. If he's trying to impress upon the families that he's sincere and has concern for them and realize that funeral costs can be expensive, what Scott's team did is not the way to do it, Corboy added. You don't get a piece of paper in the mail from a lawyer in Beverly Hills who says he represents Travis Scott. These families are raw right now. That lacks any personal touch. Tony Busby, representing the families of Axel Acosta, age 21, also questioned Scott's motives in choosing to make the announcement through a press release for everyone. He says he feels sorry for them, but he's quick to say it wasn't his fault. He's no different than any defendant pointing fingers to someone else. They don't want they don't want funeral costs. They don't want excuse me. They don't want funeral expenses from him. Whatever we get from him, we're going to get through the court system. Scott, one of the biggest names in rap music, launched Astroworld concert promoters Live Nation in 2018. Um 30-year-old has asked victims to reach out to him, saying he desperately wishes to share his condolences and provide aid, according to a statement. He also stated in an Instagram video that he was not aware how bad the situation had become during his set. Now, before I continue on reading this, I couldn't help notice in one of the comments on Instagram is in regards to why would a 9-year-old go to a Travis Scott concert? Which, by the way, um, I wouldn't even do none of I bet you none of my friends who has a 9-year-old would ever take their kid to a fucking music concert like a Travis Scott, because that's not really gonna happen, man. And you bet your life that's not gonna fucking happen ever again, man. And it really I ache for those families, man, who lost their loved ones, man. You know what I'm saying? No fucking band-aid of money is going to fucking bring them back, man. It's not gonna get them any closure. Money's not gonna give you any closure, man. You know what I'm saying? And and there's a possibility that Travis Scott might end up going to court over this. And this shit looks bad on him. And I don't even and this is why I don't go to music concerts, folks. And I'm gonna tell you why I don't. This is why I don't go there. The reason being is because you never know, anything could go down as far as, like, any crazy behavior, like, you know what I'm saying? Um and I guess because and I actually was talking to somebody about this too, man. And the thing about Travis Scott's brand is, like, he has the wild behavior to, be bonkers, you know what I'm saying? Bonkers to the crowd and stuff. So I'm like, you know, I would never really want to. I would never want to go to his concert. To be honest with you, after the 10 fatalities and shit. Another thing that kind of got me was what happened with the security. Why there was no security, there was no backup or whatever, and they just let the whole shit just fly out the blue. That's the shit that I'm not understanding. But anyway, let me continue. Um, okay. Um, so let me see. Anytime I could make out anything that's going on, I just stop the show and help them get the help they need. He said, I could just never imagine the severity of the situation, of course. Yeah. Time to grieve. Separately, rapper Megan Thee Stallion has canceled a Houston tour date this Friday as a sign of respect to the Astroworld victims. The Houston native performed at a previous edition of Scott's Festival in 2019. Houston is still healing, and it's important that our community be given the appropriate time to grieve, she said in a statement on Wednesday. My heart goes out to all the families that are suffering during this difficult time, she added. Meanwhile, event safety organizers in 15 countries, including the UK and US, have created a new body to develop and promote unified safety standards around the world. The Global Crowd Management Alliance, which was launched on Tuesday, was initially created in response to the pandemic. In a statement, its deputy chair, Steve Elderman, said recent incidents have shown that crowd management remains an essential issue for everyone. Okay, so um, you know what? I'm gonna give a round of applause for Megan Thee Stallion for being very caring and, of course, you know, caring about the well-being of others and what they went through as far as like losing their loved ones. And it's just, yeah, it's shout outs to Megan Thee Stallion for actually doing the right thing. Okay, man. It's really time to switch gears. Let's switch gears into another topic. We're gonna go to a different topic because I don't want to depress this episode, man. You know what I mean? I don't want to depress this episode, so um we're gonna go to just a sec. We're gonna go to so this really stunned me. Now, for years of me watching the Dr. Oz show, right? I never heard that a TV show could get yanked off the air all because he's running for Senate. And for those of you who may not know what's going on here, for those of you who may not know what's going on here, apparently, of course, Dr. Oz is running for Senate because the former person that's actually doing this is actually retiring. So we have to really make sure that um this is crazy. Why is this not even hold on a minute. Hold on, folks. I'm not sure what the heck is going on here. Um, let me go to a different browser. Go to a different browser. Um, okay, no big deal. Just hang in there. Just yeah. Okay. Yeah, we need to talk about this, man. I don't know why his show got off the air. That's crazy, man. We're gonna find out right now. All right. Hold on a minute here. And actually, TMZ talked about this too. I was just trying to go on their website. So, okay, here we go. So, Dr. Mehmet Oz can't have his Senate cake and eat it too. His decision to run for office means his TV fans in several major cities won't see his show for at least the the next 11 months, potentially and maybe permanently. Whoa. Sources with direct knowledge tell us that Dr. Ross show will be yanked off the air shortly in all Pennsylvania markets, including Philadelphia, Pittsburgh, and the capital of Harrisburg. But wait, there's more bad news for Oz fans. Cities neighboring the Pennsylvania area are also axing his show, and that includes the number one TV market of New York City and at least one Midwestern city. The issue, of course, is fairness to all the other candidates. The reason folks in Pennsylvania can pick up Fox in New York City. A Fox source tells us this is all about the FCC's equal time doctrine. Although it's unclear how much that's being enforced these days, we're told execs are concerned about providing each candidate the same amount of airtime. Remember, Oz's talk show is an hour daily, and there are currently 7 other Republican candidates and 7 Democrats vying for Senate. Pat Toomey's seat in the Senate. You get the potential issue. Just ain't enough time in a day. As for everywhere else in America, Oz's show will be airing, but with guest hosts while he's busy on the campaign trail. No word on who's sitting in yet, but we're told they won't be doctors. We're told he does have shows recorded through December, so get your last licks at least until the elections decided in November. Oh boy. My question is this. So, you mean to tell me you yanking somebody's talk show off the air just because of their the beliefs? Like, are you fucking kidding me? Are you really fucking kidding me? Like, you mean like that's fucking crazy. Like, I get the 11-month hiatus, but to have people guest on your show and stuff like that, I don't think it's the same, man. And it's the same with the whole Wendy Williams shit. Eh, I don't mind the guest s- s- host to fill in for Wendy. I don't mind that. But to Dr. Oz is a whole different story. And yeah, that's crazy. 11 months is a long time, folks. Let's be honest, man. But you know what? This is more of a wait and see, man. Remains to be seen. Remains to be seen, folks. I'm not even going to really stay on this. So let's just go to another topic here. I haven't really had a chance to do. Okay, so um now I want to talk about the difference. I want to talk about the difference between being nominated versus winning an award. Because I know a lot of people sometimes be, doing a lot of complaining, and as far as like, who gets nominated and who wins, as far as like movies and TV shows and stuff like that, and music as well. You know what I'm saying? Um, and let's get into this, man. So, what is the difference between being nominated for an award and winning an award? The answer is so obvious as to be ludicrous. Being nominated for something means that there is a possibility you will win the final accolade. Winning something means that you've actually won the prize. Simple, right? Clear, not obtuse in the least. Plain faced, correct? Not if you are dealing with awards season movie marketing, as a number of films are now touting their nominations by billing films as being the winner of a nomination. Pardon? It's a strange phenomenon that films Jermaine Lussier wrote about back in December as inspired by a piece of Franklin Avenue. Wow. Which meticulously gathered screen caps in support, as he was appropriately flabbergasted by the marketing ruse. Lussier penned a piece on the rash of new ads specifically for August. Um, Osage County and Philomena, sharing screen caps of various TV spots that touted both films as the winner of various Golden Globe nominations. Up top, you'll find one for August Osage County. The ads willfully blew up in the word winner to outshine the more accurate nominee or nomination, clearly aiming to make an impression of the winning variety, not it seems of the nominating variety. At the time, the Lucier's piece, only the Weinstein family, the distributor of both August and Philomena, had utilized the shady technique to tout their films. But now even Fox Searchlight has gotten in on it. And the Hollywood Foreign Press Association is not happy in the slightest. Since Lucier's piece ran, another film has joined the winner fray, Steve McQueen's wonderful 12 Years a Slave. Oh gosh. I'm getting tired of slave movies, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm really getting tired of slave movies. I don't want to see another slave movie ever again. I don't care if it's like American history, world history, whatever. I don't want it. um an already lauded feature that doesn't need tricks and treats to earn award seasons respect, and yes, a move like this actually diminish respect for the production itself, as unfair as that may be to the team behind the film. Both August and Philomena have screened repeatedly over the last few months and surely have plenty of actual accolades to pull from, including both reviews and real results from a number of awards and critical tallies. In fact, two different ads for August includes quotes from my own TIFF review of the film that I stand by. You try arguing with the fact that this film has a tremendous cast, and yet both Fox Searchlight and the Weinstein Company have angled in on using manipulative and misleading language to sell their films, a new style of marketing that will hopefully be all but outlawed soon. The Rap reports that Theo Kingma, the president of Hollywood Foreign Press Association, um, has circulated an email to award campaigners asking them to refrain from identifying Golden Globe nominees as winners in their advertising. Kingma is unsurprisingly not too excited about the use of the word winner within a number of recent ads, probably because it's not only manipulative to audiences, but because it might trick people into thinking that Golden Globes have already happened, thus leading to them not watching the show. Hold on, folks, as I take a little drink. Okay, before I continue this, let me just remind people that are listening and watching. For those of you who may not know what's going on here, um, we are now live and direct on StreamYard and YouTube, along with Instagram Live right now. As I previously stated before, I'm taking a break from 17 Live. I'm not sure when I'm going to live stream there again, but it, probably real soon. I'm not sure, but um there is a possibility that I might end up getting another Android tablet in order to actually not only do Instagram Live, but also do 17 Live at the same time. So we'll see what happens though. Um so remains to be seen. So I'm not really too sure about that. So, you know, and that's just my take on that. So there you go. Okay. Um Kima shared some of the details with the outlet, telling the Rap that the email was sent out on Tuesday afternoon to a select group of publicists we work with throughout the year, while Kingma reportedly did not single out specific films or distributors. it is fairly obvious that the email was in response to both the Weinstein and Searchlight ads. Kingma is holding firm on his disdain. Yes, his disdain for the ads, saying, in quote, while earning a nomination is clearly an honor and one to be celebrated, it is not a win, and using the term or terms similar to it is likely to mislead the public and diminish the excitement around the award show when the winners will be revealed. Interestingly, Steve Pond at the Rap notes that the Academy specifically prohibits that kind of wording in Oscar ads, but the Globes do not have as rigorous a set of campaign guidelines. Is that policy going to change soon? Maybe, but at least Kingma tactic may have worked in some small way, as the Rap also reports that an HFPA spokesman told the Rap that Kingma has spoken to Harvey Weinstein and the Weinstein Company. Confirmed that all of their offending ads will be pulled this week. Movie marketing is, to put it delicately, a strange business. Critic pull quotes that pepper ads are often very misleading, even when they are lifted from actual reviews. Um, because yes, oftentimes a quote is attributed to a critic who never actually wrote such words in a complete review, even if they have approved such praise for public dissemination. As I've lately been reminded of, thanks to a series of ads for Saving Mr. Banks that show me declaring the film a masterpiece. In reality, the marketing team at Disney pulled out the words a masterpiece from a sentence I did write in a review for film.com that went on to detail why the film is not actually a masterpiece. Here, take a look over at the superfunfilm.com Tumblr. I don't use Tumblr, folks, so don't even know. That's something else, right? But it happens, and it happens a lot. So this next level of misleading marketing doesn't really surprise, even as it's damn easy to poke some big Swiss cheese size holes, and simply because no, a nomination isn't the same as a win. Oh, and also, how can you even pretend to win an award that hasn't even been given out yet? Award seasons, you are crazy like a fox. Oh man. I never knew this shit was happening over the years with award seasons. I mean, they'll always find a ways to actually manipulate people as far as like, people in the audience and stuff. It's like, wait a minute, man. Like, why are you using manipulating tactics to actually, you know, trick people into thinking that this particular movie or TV show or whatever had won and considered this the masterpiece? But I could be wrong on this, but I just wish that that there shouldn't be any misleading tricks to actually, you know, make people think that this TV show or movie or whatever had won, but in reality it didn't win anything. So there's the difference between being nominated and being a winner of an award that you received. That's the difference. It's not the same, folks. So there you have it. I don't think anybody's on Instagram commenting, so let's keep going. Um, we're gonna keep going right here. So hold on a minute. Um, okay, so we're going to okay, before we even go to the music news, um, so let me just put myself on the screen. So a couple days ago, as I'm scrolling on Instagram, and I come across a phone app, and actually, um, somebody from Podopolo had inboxed me in one of the podcast show pages, which is excellent, fun, vibrant podcast, the Sports Edition show page, in regards to claiming the show podcast. And basically, for those of you who may not know what that is, I'm gonna fill you in on it though, man. So I got you back. Um so Podopolo. Wait, hold on, man. Pod Olo, whatever that means. Yeah. Anyway, so Podopolo is a new dimension of podcasting where social interactions plus listening plus mission driven impact plus rewards are all rolled into one unbelievably awesome app. A powerful personalized player putting 4 million plus podcasts in the palm of your hand tailored to you. A global gathering place where thousands of conversations plus connections make a meaningful difference in your life and the world. In, or, in audio arcade where podcasters are paid like pros and their fans reap ridiculous rewards for listening and contributing like free products plus services. Of course, vivid vision mission. Okay, when we know better, we do better. So we know you know the power of podcasting. Podcasts inspire innovation, connection, fun, creativity, hope, healing, learning, and transformation. I like this quote, man. I really like this quote. If you are a podcaster, you are on a mission to use your microphone to amplify your voice and message so you can transfer your growing number of followers. You want your audience to hear what you have to say because chances are you are out to change some part of the world and make money doing it. If you are a podcast fan, you listen because you want to enhance your life. You want to laugh, learn, get inspired, make a contribution, and put ideas into action. Of course, putting your ideas into motion. So, you know what I'm saying? Not to mention, you want to find your place and meaningfully connect with like minded people who will make a difference in your life. If you are a business owner, entrepreneur, marketer, or influential thought leader, you want to collaborate with others with shared interests and inspire meaningful action in alignment with your mission and your bottom line. Um, our mission is to enlighten, empower, and elevate one person, one podcast, one community at a time. We're we're dedicated to improving lives and raising consciousness around the world by connecting people to world-changing content and each other. By creating impactful plus profitable opportunities for listeners, podcasters, brands, plus businesses to change lives and address the planet's most pressing problems, we have sure inspiring ideas and diverse voices to get amplified in the way they deserve. Hold on, let me get a drink, folks. Stay with me. All right. We are in LGBTQIA affirming interface no interfaith, excuse me, company committed to social justice, including women's rights, civil rights, disability rights, immigrant rights, and environmental justice. We believe Black Lives Matter. Podopolo is your home, and here you get to hit the play button on being the change you want to see in the world and have fun doing it. And of course, the CEO of Podopolo is Melinda Whitstock, and she's the founder of Podopolo, by the way. So, so here it is, a little brief history on this one. So, okay, I was one of those kids who always got in trouble for talking in class. Even back then, I believe content is conversation. By the time I was 22, I was a correspondent on the Times of London, reporting on businesses, media, and this new thing called the internet. It was cool when Steve Jobs told me, um, I asked the best questions. Then I moved into TV as an anchor, host, and producer for CNBC's Financial Times Television, ABC News, World News Now, and the BBC, where I created and grew a TV news magazine to an audience of 20 million. I learned a lot about how to engage audiences, make great content profitable, and why content creators usually get left behind when it comes to making money. After that, I set off my own to become a serial entrepreneur. Whoa, 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 whoa. Wait a minute, wait a minute. Am I reading this right? She she said she said that she's a serial entrepreneur. What the heck? First of all, listen. First of all, I never heard of serial entrepreneur. The only serial that I know is serial killer. But serial entrepreneur is a whole different avenue, folks. Okay. Oh man. Oh shit. Anyway. So um anyway, uh yeah, founding four companies in broadcast media, social networking, all driven consumer intelligence, gamif- gamification, and technology, and building them to 7 and 8 figure success. Each one was my lab, proving parts of what has now emerged as the first ever socially interactive podcasting network. I am thrilled to present Podopolo and welcome you to the party. Podopolo is all about empowering content creators to sustain impactful plus profitable podcasts and engaging their audiences to make a positive difference in the world, all while having fun, connecting with friends, and winning rewards. Great content is conversation and magic manifests when people join together around their favorite ideas, topics, causes, which is pretty much the whole point of podcasts. Learning transforms lives, ideas turn into action, followers turn into movements, and suddenly communities are changed. Yes, that is true. Um, yes. So origin story. I know firsthand the power, the possibility, and the challenges of being a podcaster. I launched my first podcast as a passion project, Wings of Inspired Business. I wanted to affirm and acclaim the entrepreneurial journeys of female founders like me who I believe were succeeding in silence and ignite a community where women help each other to soar to success. Um, I knew how to grow audiences and engage listeners. Back in the day, I had created and grown a gamified crowdsourcing news app to 3 million users in just 8 months. Podcasting was different. I had no way to truly track or understand who was listening or how they were listening because downloads didn't tell the story. Still, like so many podcasters do, I made it work the hard way. And I found a way to grow my audience to a um one what is it 1 millimeter plus reach, creating 4 profitable revenue streams and a special accolade. Wings was ranked number 8 of 20 top business podcasts by Entrepreneur Magazine. It wasn't easy. I know what it's like struggling to be discovered. I know what it's like to burn out trying to grow and engage a community. I know how frustrating it is to be locked out of sponsor and ad revenue. I also learned that 85% of podcasters don't make a dime, and that all but the top 1 to 2% with 10,000 plus downloads per episode were excluded from lucrative sponsorship and advertising dollars. And I discovered that listeners and viewers were as frustrated as me trying to find and engage around podcasts. And that brands were holding back from advertising on podcasts because the lack of data was turning their ROI into guesswork. I'm not sure what the ROI is, folks, so don't ask me. That all had to change, so I created Podopolo. Okay. So the team leaders goes like this. So this is under leadership. Um so at Podopolo, we built an extraordinary international team of talented innovators and players across technology, product, user experience, and design, marketing, and beyond. Altogether, we have many hundreds of years of experience and have expertise, each of us bringing to the table our unique superpowers and having fun along the way as we build a whole new media ecosystem. Okay, of course, Alex Matthews, in his spare time, he built a mobile app to transform his Honda into a driverless car. Alex is our director of development, a phenomenal full stack engineer who's made it possible to instantly serve up all known podcasts to you and create your own interactive and personalized podcast library. And of course, there's Jordan Haig, head of product at Podopolo. Every day, Jordan inspires a growing team of developers and designers to bring you a superlative experience with flawless execution, always evolving with cool new features and functionality responsive to your needs and desires. Tyler Paget, leading our interactions with you across all social media as our director of social and digital media. Tyler lives and plays full out, and he and knows how to connect meaningfully with you, just like he did at Pollen, Red Bull, and GoPro before. Jason Brandt, who is all about delivering you happiness. Jason lives and breathes our intention to deliver superlative experiences to our customers in everything we do, and he and his team attend wholeheartedly to your every need. So, so there you go, right there. Yeah, I don't know, man. Like, okay, so you want to know more about this? Listen, they have a social media. You can follow them on Instagram, Podopolo on Instagram. All right. So you can't really miss their logo on there. You're gonna when you type in the search engine of Podopolo, you're gonna see it. You're gonna click on there, and you're gonna click on follow and turn on the notification. Um, turn on the notifications so you could be able to get an idea of what it is and how you can actually, you know, get some ideas on how to use it. And, you know, let me just put myself on screen here. Okay, so three of my shows are actually on Podopolo Polo right now. So there's Meticulous Verzus podcast, there's Excellent Fun Vibrant podcast, the Sports Edition show, and this show right here, Off the Meat Rack Chainz New York podcast, got added to Podopolo. I'm actually glad I'm using this app right now. I'm actually glad I actually push these shows to this particular platform, because if it wasn't for them to reach out to me on the Excellent Fun Vibrant podcast, the Sports Edition show page, I wouldn't have known about it. And like I said, you can follow them on you can follow Palo Polo on Instagram. Plain and simple. And I like to actually thank the people who reached out to me and of course the show to actually, put me on. So thank you. Now we're gonna go to our next topic right here. Okay, so our next topic has to do with let's see. Okay. So after hearing the story about Raekwon and Ghostface winning the versus battle with the Locks, right? So Styles P responds to Ghostface and Raekwon's proposed versus battle against the Locks. So here you go. Ghostface and Raekwon expressed interest in facing off against the Locks in versus during their appearance on Drink Champs. The Versus stage has been graced with legendary figures from Snoop Dogg and DMX, SIP to him, the late great hip hop icon, to Big Daddy Kane and KRS One, and of course Gucci Mane versus Jeezy. However, this summer the Locks came out as the undisputed champions during their battle against Dipset. Styles P, Jada Kiss, and Sheik Luch went bar to bar with Harlem's finest, reminding everyone of their impact on hip hop. Um, Ghostface Killer and Raekwon previously stepped into the versus ring, but it's hard for two close collaborators to compete with each other when some of their best work is when they are working together. However, Ghostface Killer and Raekwon explained how they wanted to step back into the ring against another formidable group, especially after seeing Jadakiss go in for round two. We have to go after the locks. Ray explained after both he and Ghost shared um, praise. After he shared praise in for the Yonkers group penmanship. Interesting. Interesting. Um, we recently caught up with Styles P and Havoc following the release of their first single off of their forthcoming joint project, Wreckage Manor. P exclusively offered um hot new hip hop, his response to Ghost and Ray's proposed battle against the Locks, and it appears that he's down. We good with that. Those my brothers. I love Ghost and Ray, but this is what we do. This is what it's supposed to be. This is what we're built for, ain't it? Right, Styles said. When asked the when asked whether he would prefer the Locks versus Ghost and Ray or the entire Wu-Tang Clan, Styles P said that he's ready for whatever. It doesn't matter to me, man. Y'all set it up and we just appear and go to work, man. Styles added. Keep your eyes peeled for our full interview with Styles P and Havoc. And all that stuff is on Revolt. So you could just check the Revolt channel on there and you'll be able to watch the interviews from there. So there you have it. Um, okay. Now we are going to go to the particular individuals who are nominated. So let's start with ladies first, man. Saweetie. Of course, Saweetie is nominated for the first time at the 2022 Grammy Awards. Rapper Saweetie has a lot to celebrate this week. Most notably, it was announced that she was nominated twice at the upcoming 2022 Grammy Awards, marking the first time that she is nominated. Alongside Olivia Rodrigo. Um, yeah, Olivia Rodrigo, Baby Keem, Young Young Boy Never Broke Again, and others. Saweetie earned her very first nomination at next year's Grammy ceremony. She is in the running in the best new artist and best friend with Doja Cat, was nominated for best rap song. The rapper is overjoyed to be heading to the Grammys next year, and she has officially shared her reaction to this monumental moment in her career. Um, I'm speechless. I wish I had the words to express how I feel, but I'm just so grateful being acknowledged for all the hard work me and my team have been doing. Feel, feels amazing, said Saweetie on Twitter. Thank you, hashtag Team Icy, for sticking with me through thick and thin. Y'all, some real ride or dies. I, I know that's right. Saweetie also thanks City Girls rapper JT, who congratulated her in a tweet. She went on to remind people that she reached this point without even dropping her debut album. Would it be possible without hashtag Team Icy? Love y'all, she wrote. Um, What do you think about Saweetie's nominations at the Grammys? She's up against some hip hop icons in the best rap song category for best new artist. She's facing off against Olivia Rodrigo, the Kid Leroy, Arouge, um, Aftad, Baby Keem, Jimmy Allen, Phineas. Not sure who they are. Japanese Japanese breakfast. Oh shit. Oh man. Glass animals. Oh man. Hollow parks. Oh man. Oh man. That's crazy. Oh man, that's crazy. Um okay, so that was Sweetie. Now we got another person that's nominated, and that's Doja Cat. Here we go. Um. Okay. So, the Kiss Me More singer was nominated for 8 Grammys. Wow. Between a handful of smash hits that went so viral on TikTok, it felt like they controlled their airwaves. And the wildly successful Planet Her Doja has dominated this year from beginning to end. As 2021 comes to a close, the Kiss Me More singer has begun to be recognized for the insane year she's turned in. In October alone, Doja passed Drake to become the most listened to rapper on Spotify and became the first rapper with 3 songs in top 40s, top 40 radios, vaulted in top 10. Um, yeah. Um, just a few days ago, she took home 2 R&B AMAs. And today, with the unveiling of the 64th annual Grammy Award nominations, it was revealed that Doja Cat was nominated in 8 different categories by the Recording Academy, receiving nominations for Record of the Year, Album of the Year, Song of the Year, Best Pop Duo, Group Performance, Best Pop Vocal Album, Best Melodic Rap Performance, Best Rap Song, and her feature on Lil Nas X Montero, which I did not care to watch that music video though, man. I did not care about that shit, man. Knowing that I don't when it comes to watching music videos and stuff like that, as long as you have a storyline, it really it's pretty good. So there you have it right there. Cause I don't like watching a music video like that has the devil in there, man. To me, that shit sounds very fucking disturbing, man, and that's the reason why I'm not really with it. I'm not with it. I'm not feeling the video, so that's pretty much what it is. Um, yeah, I'm not feeling that shit though. So there you go. Um, yeah. Um, yeah, Doja was one of the most nominated artists of the year and took to Twitter to express her disbelief. Um, Recognized across multiple genres and for her contributions to both her own work and the work of others. It's unclear the Recording Academy recognizes the body of work Doja Cat turned in during 2021 and rewarded her with a ton of Grammy nominations. Exactly how many Grammys she will win is yet to be seen, but based on how her music has been received throughout the year, it would not be surprising to see Doja leaving the Staples Center with a couple armful of hardware. Mm. Hold on, let me see how much time I have. Let me see. All right, we can wing this shit. And we got one more person who got nominated too, and that's Jay-Z. Um, of course, Jay-Z becomes most Grammy nominated artist in history. According to popular on Variety, Brooklyn is having a proud moment on this Tuesday to, as Jay-Z has become the most nominated artist in Grammy Awards history with his 2022 noms pushing him to 83. He had previously been tied with legendary producer composer Quincy Jones at 80. Jay, who last released an album in 2017 and is nominated for guest appearances with Kanye West, whose Donda album is up for album of the year. Um, of course, and the late DMX, he currently has 23 wins. Paul McCartney, previously tied for second place with Beyonce, gains two nods in the rock category and passes her and Jones for sole possession of the number two spot with 81. Neither nor Beyonce are nominated for 2022 awards, although Q did write the liner for top nominee. Um, yeah, top nominee John Baptiste. We We Are album. Let's see. Let's see. Yeah. Hold on a second, guys. Here we go. Um, okay, here we go. Jay-Z made his Grammy bow in 1999 with three nods, two from his classic Volume 2 Hard Knock Life album, and one for his tag team with Jermaine Dupri, Money Ain't a Thing. He won, but did not attend the awards. Later saying he boycotted them because fellow New Yorker DMX had not been nominated despite racking up two number one albums in the year. Jay, who turns 52 next month, has been nominated in 18 of the 22 Grammy years since then, even though his release schedule has slowed considerably over the past decade. The Brooklyn natives' biggest Grammy winning years were 2009, 2010, and 2012. When he took home three each, ironically, he won no trophies in his most nominated year, 2017, when his 444 album and related singles and video received eight total nods. This did not improve his complicated relationship with the Grammys, and Jay stated his opinion on the matter of unequivocally and ape shit. Oh man. Ape shit. Oh man. Released the following year on his duet album with wife Beyonce. Everything is love. Tell the Grammys fuck that 0 for 8 shit. Have you ever seen the crowd going ape shit? He raps on the song. The first of McCartney's 18 wins came in 1964 with two as a member of the Beatles, who took Best New Artist as well as one for the song A Hard Day's Night. Next in line after Jones and Beyonce are Stevie Wonder and late classical conductor George Soliti, tied with 74, and film music maestros Henry Mancini and John Williams, tied with 72, none of whom have 2022 nominations, rather. Okay, so there you have it. Congratulations to Jay-Z, Saweetie, and Doja Cat, and along with other people who are nominated, man. Okay, one more note here on the last topic. This has to do with Uncle Ralph McDaniels, which I will be watching Video Music Box after this show recording. Um so let's get into this last topic though, man. So December has kicked off Hip Hop 50, its multi-year across pla- platform programming initiative celebrating the 50th anniversary of hip hop in collaboration with entertainment company Mass Appeal. The first release of Hip Hop 50 is You Are Watching Video Music Box, a documentary that chronicles the longest running music video show in the world, Video Music Box. The film is directed by Emmy and Grammy award winning music legend and Mass Appeal partner Nas Jones. Yeah, the documentary gives a look into visionary DJ and MC Ralph McDaniels and the show that has become a hip hop mainstay since its 1983 launch. Uncle Ralph serves as a leading hip hop influencer, tastemaker, and documentarian, showcasing and debuting hip hop videos and introducing viewers to feature stars like Nas, Jay Z, LL Cool J, Nicki Minaj, and Fat Joe long before they were icons of the genre. Speaking of the source, Ralph McDaniels, affectionately referred to as Uncle Ralph, reflected on the creation of Video Music Box and the impact it had on hip hop for the last couple of decades. Wow. Wow. Hold on a second, man. Let's get some double air horns for this shit. Of course, Video Music Box was one of the first platforms that provided a route for hip hop music. Looking back, how does it feel to be intricate to the success and development of the music genre over these last almost 50 years? And Uncle Ralph says it doesn't even seem like almost 50 years. It seems like we just started. So there's so much to do in hip hop and documentaries. You know, you're watching Video Music Box is an educational aspect of what hip hop is all about. It's super important, so we still have a long way to go. But I mean, it's humbling. Yeah, it's humbling. It's humbling to watch. So yeah, so this is pretty awesome. You have some iconic rap moments in the stash. What let you know that this documentary was the proper time to let them out? For me, Video Music Box, it's the legacy. As you get older in hip hop, you start thinking about not being missed in the conversation. So let's start to put some of this stuff out. For people that really follow the show, they've been aware of it, but the rest of the world doesn't know as much. So we just felt it was the right time. We've been working on this project for almost like 3 or 4 years now, and I'm glad that it dropped. You worked with Nas on this and you helped introduce him to the world. So, in a way, this is kind of like a full circle moment. How was it connected with him for this documentary, and how did you combine both of your creative geniuses to tell a story? And he stated, I think spiritually we're in the same place. He's a guy that I first met in '94, and there are not too many artists that you keep in contact with over the years. For him to tell me that he wanted to direct this was very humbling because with the extent that he's gone in his career, it was an incredible it was incredible to me when can still have the same kind of conversation. Okay, that energy shows between you and the one-on-one interview in the documentary. How does it feel to be on the other side of that, knowing that you've spoken to so many artists over time, or even in this conversation? How does it feel for you to be the focal point of an interview? For me, being interviewed is um for me being interviewed is always awkward. But to be interviewed for a subject that has something to do with me, like, my life and video music box, is even worse. And then it's difficult to sit and listen to people's questions if they don't know about me. For Nas, he knows everything about me. He knows things that I forgot about because he was a kid. So I had a big impression on him. I think that's what made it easy for me to sit and talk to Nas because, you know, there was no motive behind it. I didn't feel like somebody was trying to find something out, but it was purely from a cultural standpoint. In the beginning of Video Music Box, you didn't have the intent on being a personality, a celebrity on camera, any of that, but you eventually made it on screen. I know that there's a transition period and it makes you more public. How did you adapt to that? Adapting to the camera is not easy. I come from a place where I was a DJ and I worked in clubs. I just let the music do it, you know? So I really was just taking what I was doing and putting it on screen, and I just didn't want to be seen at all. But when the camera started rolling and it was a little awkward at first, I still walk around New York like a regular New Yorker with no security, and I want to be free. I want to be able to touch people. Wow, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool though, man. That's pretty cool. Um, yeah, to that point in the documentary, hip hop figures speak to you as a comforting personality and how you adapted the Uncle Ralph persona. How were you able to make complete strangers or people that you are meeting for the first time have comfort and make it resonate in the on camera product? Yeah, that's the funny part, right? When I'm in the club and the beginning and we're doing shout outs and I don't even know these people. I think that's the thing about the spirituality of hip hop. When we somehow connect with each other and we don't even know each other, but in that moment we are with each other. In the documentary, we see that you were attracted to TV by your uncle who did James Bond movies. You were attracted to music by shows like American Bandstand and Soul Train, but nobody thought hip hop would last. What made you decide to buy into that at the early stage and just basically pushing everything in? It was me really seeing the impact that Russell Simmons had on the music industry. How Russell Simmons and I grew up not too far from each other when I moved to Queens. I went with him to a record company one day, and I saw how he was accepted. People loved that. People loved what he did, and it was all about the music. I was like, wow, this is pretty interesting. From there, I knew that there was something that was special about hip hop. I'm a little bit older than the beginning of hip hop when he started in his pocket. He was probably 2 years younger than me. So I was aware of it, but it wasn't until I saw what Russell was doing that what I would was like, man, this thing is really, really taking off. Okay, today on YouTube, you can use YouTube cameras are more accessible. Social media is prevalent. How did you find the specific people to get in contact to make this an actual thing? And how did you attain the resources and the access to everywhere that you were? Of course, when I graduated from college and was moving around, I was a cameraman. They told us, look, if you want to see the camera on the weekends, you can use it. I was like, really? So we had accessibility to this equipment and we didn't know what to do with it. That's how um we started going through these different spots and recording hip hop artists. Not just hip hop, but R&B, whatever it was that was popping in New York at the time. I grew up in Brooklyn and a heavy Caribbean community, so I was following the reggae artists and the silk artists and whatever was going on. That's how we got access to get these things on TV. We were just shooting it and then started messing around with the editing and thought, hey, this should be a show. And that's how it started. Man, man, that's crazy, man. All right, I'm not gonna read all this, but you guys are more than welcome to actually read about the whole interview and stuff like that on the source.com/2021 um 12 slash 04 exclusive interview about Uncle Ralph and the documentary. Make sure you guys hold on. Hold on a minute, man. Let me just do this. Yeah. So make sure you go check out the documentary. You are watching Video Music Box on Showtime. All right. It's already playing right now on Showtime. So make sure you guys go check it out. Um and of course, I think that's gonna do it for me. As you can see, I am actually trying to, wrap up this show because of Video Music Box is on right now. I am a fan of the show, so hopefully someday I will like to have Uncle Ralph McDaniels as a guest, and I'm going to try to see if I could get you know 2 to 3 people to be a part of this interview. So, of course, it's going to take a lot of planning and a lot of thinking. So there you have it. um, so that's gonna do it, man. Listen, if you like what you heard in today's show, um, feel free to share a charitable donation. Um, make sh- make sure it's not about how much money and having a lot. Um, it's all about doing what you can on what you are comfortable donating. All right. I don't want people to get it twisted and overwhelm themselves on how they have to have a lot of money to show support. Let me tell you something, folks. Support is priceless. Support is free. And you can't really beat that. So there you have it. Also, you can follow the show Off the Meat Rack Chainz New York podcast on Facebook and Instagram, alongside with my other shows on on the gram, which is Excellent Fun Vibrant Podcast, alongside with the review show Meticulous Verzus Podcast. For those of you who may not know what Excellent Fun Vibrant Podcast is, it is the sports edition show that I started since September, and basically I look into the stories about athletes in different sports, like you have baseball, basketball, football, tennis, you have volleyball, you have um whatever it is though, man, like you just name it. The only thing I don't cover on that show is golf. So you're not gonna find it on that sports podcast. So don't count on it. Anyway, man. So Excellent Fun Vibrant Podcast. It's on Sundays at 6. Be sure you tune into the YouTube channel right here. Um, and also Meticulous Verzus Podcast. It's on Mondays, Tuesdays at 6 p.m. and Thursdays at 9 p.m. And as for this show right here, Off the Meat Rack Chainz New York podcast is on Wednesdays and Thursdays at 6 p.m. And of course, Saturdays at 10 p.m. So there you go. And also you can follow me on the gram as well, which is G Money Stacks 555 in Queens, New York, alongside with my other handle, which I'm taking a break from. I'm still active on there. I just don't really I don't know when I'm coming back to do the live stream on there. But like I said, hopefully if I get another Android tablet, I should be able to do both Instagram lives and 17 live as well. So so you can follow me on 17 live, which is G Money Stacks. Yeah, G Money Stacks, Queens, New York. So there you got it. There you go. Now I am going to get to streaming platforms on the go. So listen to this. If you are on either page, like my primary personal page, like G Money Stacks 555, or Off the Meat Rack Chainz New York podcast show page, you're gonna see a link that says Linktree / G Money Stacks 555. When you click on there, it's going to have a whole list of things to listen to the episodes, audio episodes, including all that good stuff. So here we go. So you can listen to the episodes on, of course, you can listen to the episodes on Anchor. We are on Audio Burst, Audacity, Breaker, Castbox FM, Deezer, Listen Notes, Player FM, Pocket Cast, Podcast Addict, Podorama, and I just dedicated this episode to the phone app Podopolo. Yes. Make sure you guys follow them on Instagram as well. Podchaser, Reason FM. We on Spotify, Stitcher, TuneIn, Radio plus Alexa. Of course, Podbay, Podfriend. Don't forget to go to the 2 links of Podbay. No, excuse me, not Podbay, but Podfriend and Podchaser, so you can give a 5-star rating. Even though you don't got anything to say on there, but a 5-star rating will be appreciated. Also, don't forget to listen to Off the Meat Rat Chainz New York podcast episodes on Amazon Music. We're on Audible. We're on iHeartRadio, which is the #1 app for music, radio, and podcast. And last but not least, the YouTube. go grab the subscribe button alongside with the alongside with enabling alerts with the notification bell so you can be reminded of when the show goes on the air via live stream. Um, make sure leave a you please leave a like and a comment on the episodes and topics. Um, make sure you download your favorite episodes. Of course, stay tuned for upcoming episodes, more video content, previous episodes. Share the video, share the videos, share the episodes. Tell a friend to another friend, spread the word, and also share the podcast along with audio streaming platforms that I just discussed on there. Um, with the link that says Linktree/G Money Stacks 555 on there with your friends. There you go. There you go. And let me congratulate Uncle Ralph McDaniels for making this documentary real quick. All right. You know what time it is, man. Like I always say at the end of the show, when it comes to, mental health check-in, of course. Um, make sure you reach out to your loved ones, your your wives, your husbands, your boyfriends, your girlfriends, your friends. Those individuals might be going through something on the inside. It's not about what's going on in the outside, folks. So just just bear with me here. Um, make sure you reach out to them, show compassion, empathy. Make sure you don't overwhelm yourself on when it's a good time to reach out to them, because there is no good time to reaching out to people these days. Um, you can't put a time frame on things. You know what I'm saying? The same way you can't really prepare for everything. You really can't, because all you could do is take things one day at a time. And that's what I'm trying to do. And that's what one of the workers told me, to take things one day at a time, trying to balance, doing what you love to do as far as myself, doing what I love to do, which is podcasting, creating content for the YouTube channel, and I'm actually growing it. And guess what, folks? We are now um we are now about we're about 5 episodes away from episode 100. Yo, ain't that crazy? Yo, this is crazy. Yeah, let's go out with some explosions, man. Let's go out with some explosions right here, man. I got this. Yeah, man. I'm actually excited on reaching the 100 episode and stuff, man. And I can't wait to continue this, because that's something I even thought about last year, because as I previously said dozens of times, numerous of times actually, is that we haven't had anything to laugh at as far as entertainment, because everything was so locked down. We was like, you know, it's almost like being trapped in quicksand a little bit. But for the most part, I am an essential worker for a supermarket. I didn't really have to worry too much about, like, being stuck at the crib as much, even though I work on Fridays and Saturdays, which I'm actually glad I'm being useful and stuff. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, That's pretty much my take on the whole mental health aspect. So, um, there you go. Um, you guys want some free game? I'll give you some free game on how to start a podcast. So let me just break this down to you guys though, man. But I do want to do a little sound effect here, man. So let me just do oh man. You know what? Forget that. Let me just cut to the chase, man. Um if you are interested and have a dream of being a podcaster and you would like to create a podcast show like I'm doing right now with 3 shows under my belt, there's going to be some key ingredient equipments that you're going to need to start a podcast. So listen, the first thing you need is headphones. Second thing you need is microphones. The third thing you need is a laptop or computer. Either one that you have will actually work for live streams, and I always like to recommend a software that I always like to use, and I've been so attached to this software for quite some time. It's called StreamYard. In case you guys don't know, I actually did episode 10 about them. Um, so you guys are more than welcome to listen to that as well. And for those of you who may not know what StreamYard is about, it's basically a software that has creation tools where you could create segments for shows, even banners of your podcast shows, like I'm doing right now. Like as you can see, the two banners right here. Like one is the name of the show that I'm doing, and of course, this is like the banners that's scrolling across your screen. Of course, with the banners that's scrolling across the screen is basically your social media handles, your websites. There's of course the thank yous, and of course where people could actually look through your episodes on audio streaming platforms, which I forgot to put that in there. Also there's ways for you to create segments, which is what I love about this software. You're able to create segments like I did with the mental health check-in. I made the hashtag into a segment for this show because I feel that that mental health is important. You know what I mean. Um, and also, there's various segments that I actually created. Um, I'm not gonna really get into too many of them, but I will say whatever segment that I haven't done in a minute, I will try to bring that back. Like podcast juice of the week is one of the segments. Chatting on the jazz, I create that. There's 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 various of segments that you guys are gonna have to stick around and actually watch. So um and also, when you are creating the name of the show, don't worry about the fucking garbage burgers and shit, man. You know what I'm saying? Don't worry about the fucking hating garbage burgers, because at the end of the day, you're the one that's trying to make yourself happy, not them, not media corporations, not labels or anything like that whatsoever. And I say this with the token of my heart because I'm taking a page from maybe two individuals who use the word independent. Because I feel that being independent actually creates the freedom the creative control and ownership, which is very important to new podcasters out there that's trying to create one. Ownership and creative control are the important keys to things. And if media companies or um studios or whatever don't understand your vision, don't fuck with them. You know what I'm saying? And of course, there you have it. Um, and of course, there you have it. Um, that was your free game on how to start a podcast, though, man. And if you like to know more how to do it, you could download the Anchor app, or you could check out the website for Anchor, which is anchor.fm. So you could get yourself a head start. And I wish you the best of luck in your podcast journey and your mission to being the best you can be as a successful podcast host. All right. Now, like I said, that's going to do it. I'm G Money Stacks. And thank you very much for listening and rocking with me and hearing me out and shit. I hope you guys learned something. I hope you guys enjoyed the episodes. And of course, we're 5 episodes away from the 100 episodes. So stick around. Um, we're gonna I'm gonna cook up something for the Christmas week. So you want to know all about that? You would have to stick around because I'm not giving you any spoilers here, man. So make sure you wash your hands with your water and soap, your hand sanitizer. Make sure you have your water alongside with a Gatorade with electrolytes so you can get energy and strength. And of course, like I said, man, do what makes you happy, man, by following your dreams. Um, even though you're gonna have some parents that don't support um their son or daughter's career choices and stuff. So you know what I'm saying? And this is not about money, man. It's about what career field you desire to do. And I'm gonna say this though. And by the way, man, podcasting is not about pleasing people that are listening and watching. It's all about your thoughts and talks and opinions and facts on what you think of each topic. Think of podcasting as therapy. And of course, you have journaling and vlogging. It's all therapeutic too. So, you know what I mean? So, like I said, man, don't let anybody stop you from achieving your goals and dreams. Picture the fucking haters as garbage burgers from the hater mobile, man. And you want to eat them up like this. Listen, I'm about to clock out. Watch me video music box right now. And congratulations to Uncle Ralph McDaniels for the documentary dedicating to video music box. And of course, congratulations to Nas for actually being the director behind it, though, man. That's actually ill. So thank you very much for listening to me. I'm about to be out of here. Of course, be careful out there. And I will see you next time in the next episode. Peace and one love, and have a good night.